Hey guys, John from JohnMurrayHeadshots.com here. So many people have reached out and said, look, send us some updates on what happened with your phone. Long and short, my phone was supposed to be water resistant for up to half an hour, and it wasn't. And the phone got wet, and it was wet for about 10 seconds. If the phone was wet for half an hour and it was damaged, I'd say, do you know what? My own fault. It was underwater for way too long. But the phone wasn't. It was only wet for a couple of seconds, and I dried it off really quickly, and the phone just stopped working. So it ended up me reaching out to all the companies involved, Samsung, and Samsung sent me to Vodafone, and Vodafone I had a bit of a problem with. And they've apologized since, which is brilliant. Samsung as well, I've had some apologies and stuff like that from Samsung over the interactions there. Then we come to Virgin, who are my phone provider, my mobile phone provider. And they've been a disaster, an absolute disaster. I had managers from from Virgin sending me messages on a WhatsApp chat telling me that the engineer's report said that my phone was damaged in water, in forceful moving water, and that's what broke the seal on the phone, and the phone has just been destroyed. She told me that while the phone was still sitting on my kitchen table and had not been seen by an engineer. How do you figure that one? I then sent them a legal notice that I was going to sue, basically sue, because they were just lying to me and they weren't doing anything to help me. And then suddenly, the following morning, the courier arrives at my front door, ready to take the phone. Now, I have a cousin, I have a few other friends and family and stuff that have sent phones off to be repaired, and it's come back completely smashed. They'd no way of covering themselves and saying this isn't the phone that I sent off, or it's in a worse condition than I actually sent it off, because they never took photographs of the phone before it went off. I'm a little bit cleverer than that. So the day the phone went off, I took photographs of the back of the phone, the front of the phone, all around the edges of the phone. Because my brother's a barrister, I'm not stupid. He's not stupid. He told me to do it. I knew to do it. Make sure that I have documented evidence that this phone was in perfect condition before I left the house. The phone arrived back yesterday, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but the back of the phone is completely smashed. And there is one little yellow tag on it to tell me exactly where Phone Nua are saying that the phone was damaged when it arrived to them, which is what caused the water damage. Now, there's nothing on this phone that suggests to me that it was damaged for any other reason other than whatever transit or whatever went on in Phone Fix. I thought maybe they tried to strip the back off the phone and that's what kind of chipped the back to bits, but still, this is my phone. It's worth nearly €1,000. It shouldn't be smashed. It should have arrived back to me in the same condition as it went, or better if they fixed it, but they didn't fix it. They just told me something that I told them, that it was water damaged. Thanks for that. I said it was water damaged. It shouldn't be water damaged. It's a water resistant phone. I have just been on the phone to the complaints department in Virgin, who have told me that the phone is water damaged, that the engineer's report from Phone Nua has said it's water damaged. The guy, Aaron, in the complaints department is actually really decent. He's a nice guy. And he's been brilliant while I've dealt with him since late last week. Also, Brian in their Twitter team has been brilliant as well. Actually paid attention to what was said, where some of the messages that came back from other people, one of them thought I was complaining about advertising because they didn't read the messages. Pay attention, people. Open your eyes. Read the whole message. Don't skim through and look for something that could possibly be the cause of concern. So, this is to every customer of every single phone company, every technology company who's ever been shit on by the company, basically. I'm going to tag a whole series of managers from Virgin in this because this seems to be the only way you get any sort of results. This phone is smashed. It wasn't smashed when it left my house. I photographs to that effect before the phone left. I have now got photographs of the phone completely smashed after it arrived back by courier. I don't care who broke my phone. To the extent that it's broken, I want what's on this phone recovered. Photographs, contacts, emails, the whole lot. I want it all recovered. I also want my phone replaced because this phone was sold to me by one of your customer service agents in a store on the pretense that it was water resistant, and it turned out not to be water resistant at the very first time it got wet. The phone was protected the whole time, and I have proof in photographs that the phone was basically brand new when it was sent away. So I'm asking for you guys to do something to help me, because I do so much to help you. Comment below and share this. Share it with everybody who's ever been shit on by a company because they're just a customer. Because companies are now more focused on what shareholders think and what shareholders are doing, and what the legal department says. Don't admit liability in any way, shape or form, because if you do, every customer is going to come back with any sort of complaint about anything at all, and they're going to look for bits and pieces replaced. Customer service is gone. It's gone. Because companies are only interested in what the shareholders think. And because the shareholders don't care about the customers, all shareholders are interested in is the money, and money coming in. Greed. Greed is destroying everything. So, one piece of advice to all of these companies, and anybody who has a company, and anybody that works within a company who deals with customers: if you look after the customers, the tills will look after themselves, and you won't have to worry about a thing. People value that loyalty, and we're not getting loyalty anymore because they don't care. Companies are not being loyal to us, and then people and their customers are not being loyal to them. There's a lot of companies that are in trouble now because of the same thing. Come on, people, cop on. It's the one thing that's causing the problem, is the fact that nobody's looking after the customers, and then the customers are going elsewhere. And then everybody's, oh, customers are not coming in. Oh, I wonder why. Because you're being a moron. Who gives a shit what fucking shareholders say? Shareholders don't put money into your business, your customers do. Cop on to yourselves. This is damage beyond repair. I want a new phone. Virgin, people, seriously, you need to get on to Samsung, because Samsung have been great about this. Samsung people, if you wouldn't mind giving a shout to Virgin and saying, well, at least asking them to stop blaming Samsung for this, because they're telling me that Samsung are now at fault. And no, they're not. My contract, and the contract, in the verbal contract and the written contract I have, is with Virgin, who I bought the phone from in the first place. If I went to Harvey Norman's and bought a TV and it didn't work, or a kettle, I bring it back to Harvey Norman's. I'm not going chasing down Samsung to replace my TV, or DeLonghi or any of those people to replace my kettle. You go back to Harvey Norman's, and Harvey Norman's look after their customers. And you don't have this issue. You don't have people calling out Harvey Norman's online. So if you wouldn't mind sharing or commenting below, if you've had similar problems as well, comment below this video. It's going to be on my YouTube channel. It's also going to be on my LinkedIn feed as well. And I'm basically asking for you guys out there to speak up, because nobody as customer speaks up anymore. And this has taken 2 videos for me to get to this stage. It's also taken a couple of weeks of me, 2 weeks and a day of me being frustrated over the damage to this phone that shouldn't have happened. And now it's even worse. So that's it. Reach out if you know anybody in Samsung, if you know anybody in Virgin Media in Ireland as well, or anybody at all who might want to help. My brother's going to help as well. He is a barrister, and I'm also going to reach out to the court service here and get that sorted. But look, comment below and have a great weekend. The rest of the weekend I'm going to be kayaking without a phone, obviously, because it's not something I generally bring with me. But look, I'm going to be kayaking for charity over the weekend, and I'm not going to be attainable, as I said in my last video. But look, enjoy your weekend, and I'll talk to you all soon.